Hello. For this clip on the DVD, I want to talk about my series of mallets that were developed with the Vic Firth company, the Gifford Howarth signature series marimba mallets. We have 5 models in the series. They are the M160s, the M161, 162, 163, and 164. They each have their own characteristics, so I want to take some time here and just kind of talk about each model in the series. The M160s are the soft or very soft marimba mallets. The thought process behind these were for use the bottom end of the instruments, be it a 4 1/3, a 4 1/2, or a 5-octave ranged marimba. It's mostly geared for the lower parts. They are very heavy, and this is done for a reason so that we can get a nice full quality of sound, a nice lush sound on the instrument, activating a lot of the overtones. For beginners, you want to be careful with these mallets in the 4-mallet mode because of the weight. So I strongly do not recommend true beginners to use these mallets in the 4-mallet standpoint, simply because the weight of the mallets are probably a little too much for the developing muscles and tendons in the beginner's hands. But for everybody else, they're great for Bach cello suites, or bass marimba parts in marimba bands. Again, you want to be careful. You're only going to be able to get so high on the instrument with these because of the amount of yarn, which, like I said before, we're going for with that mass. So the next in the series is the 161s, and these are not as heavy as the 160s. They aren't as soft. They're like a medium soft, soft kind of range. I also use these on cello suites for when I need to get a little bit more articulation. You're going to be able to get a little higher in the range with these than you will with the 160s, but they still have a real nice quality. In the lower end of the instrument. So these are the 161s, not quite as soft as the 160s, give you a little bit more articulation than the 160s. And then next in the series is the 162s. These are a little bit harder than the 161s, not quite as heavy, more of a middle-of-the-road medium mallet. You're going to be able to get all the way, good quality sound all the way throughout the entire range of the instrument. A little bit more presence, a little bit more attack on the lower end. And still be able to get all the way up to the top end of the instrument. So these are, what I consider in the series a nice medium, a true medium. If you back off, you can still get some nice colors with these. But these extend the range of the instrument a little bit for you from a standpoint of being able to get the quality of sound with the bars speaking in the higher end. So these are the 162s. Then the 163s, when people ask me what I consider the general use mallet model within the series, this is the model that I tell everybody. The 163s are like a medium to medium hard. The weight is very preferable, especially for beginners. They aren't quite as heavy as the 3 previous models we talked about. You get a nice quality of sound in the mid-range, nice attack, and it'll speak all the way to the top of the instrument. So these are the 163s. Again, a good general use mallet, especially for beginners. And then the last in the series is the 164s. These are rather unique. I consider 160, 61, 62, and 63 to be like a sequential set. You're going from very soft, soft, medium to medium hard. And then the 164s are kind of out here on their own. They really aren't immediately connected with the other four. These are what I consider a true multi-tone mallet. What I mean by that is the way that the yarn is wrapped around and the style of core we have, you're able to get multi-tones and multi-timbres out of the same set of mallets. So with a nice relaxed approach, similar to what you would get with the 163s, except give it a little oomph, and you're going to cut through the yarn right to the core, and we're going to get this very sharp attack sound. So that's the whole multi-tone idea. We're able to get this nice loud sharp attack when you want it. So you just put that extra force behind the mallets. These are great for a lot of the contemporary literature, a lot of the Japanese literature, that specific sound that they're looking for. You get that nice bite out of the core with these. Like I said, I use these a lot with the contemporary literature. True beginners want to be careful with these simply because on the lower end of the instrument, if you give it a little too much muscle, it's rather easy to do some damage to the bars because of how hard the core is. So as long as the student is able to control their aggression, the 164s will work out fine for anybody, but you want to be careful on the lower end of the instruments. Okay, hope this helped out with explaining the 5 different models within my series. I want to wish you the best of luck.